Alright, hello everyone. This is Critic giving you Game 3 in a best of 5 series. I won't have time to cast 4 or 5 if there are those games today, so you'll have to follow up on my channel and just come back for a little bit more. But let's focus here on Game 3 as Lin does have a 2-0 advantage in this series so far. Lin spawning on the top right hand side of the map as the red orc. Meanwhile, on the top left-hand side of the map, we have Yumiko spawning as the gray human. This time around, I am curious as to what Yumiko will try and go for. Yumiko has been pretty much running into a bit of bad luck in every situation so far. He did end up losing, he was able to take down a Farseer, but only to realize that the Tauren Chieftain had gotten to level 6. Once the Tauren Chieftain got to level 6, Lin pretty much knew for himself that, you know what, even if this fight goes bad and I lose my Tauren Chieftain, I'll get him back after about 5 seconds, and he will have more mana, and any cooldowns will be refreshed, so that did work out well. I do appreciate Lin using Farseer in the opening segments, but that Farseer harassment was simply just exactly that. It wasn't really there for the late game. The Farseer was actually behind in level throughout much of the game once the Tauren Chieftain did come out on the field. So we are seeing a new wave and a new wave of strategies come out here in WarCraft 3 that I didn't expect to see. I'm not sure why we're seeing such new strategies. Perhaps Ted reintroducing the undead orc matchup, changing things up, doing tier 2 pushes has really just started to evolve the game a bit more, as we now see militia coming around, and it will be a very, very fast militia creep down here. Alright, Blademaster is hoping that it gets either a Circlet of Nobility, Slippers of Agility, or Claws of Attack +6. Anything else may just be gold bait, where takes it to a local pawn shop and gets some gold for it. Oh, Gloves of Haste, I simply forgot about that one as well. So the Blademaster gonna hold on to that Gloves of Haste for a little bit of time, and now he did sell that Scroll of Town Portal in order to pick up 2 healing salves, and now ready to move on his merry way. Meanwhile, the Archmage looking to get to level 2 here, and will be able to do so. Hopefully he does pick up that Tome of Intelligence. It does give an additional point of damage, always very important if you can deal more damage with your units. Archmage does also have that Claws of Attack +6, essentially dealing 20 to 30, or about 20% more damage overall, at least 20% more damage, I should say, as the Archmage is doing a little bit of stutter stepping and now trying to get away. The Archmage drops a Water Elemental. The Grunt suffers a little bit of a beating, but he's just going to go back and think to himself, you know what, I want to get healed back up by that Blademaster. Blademaster now coming back around. It looks as though the Blademaster is simply retreating, and Lin was able to pick up the item from the shop here. Now that what you may be wondering, I didn't showcase it. The Blademaster wind walks behind, takes down the Ogre Magi there. The Ogre Warriors are simply too large to get back there, and then he was able to walk away with a Potion of Greater Mana. Now, the item that he was really hoping for was a Potion of Greater Healing or a Potion of Invulnerability. Not the best item for that Blademaster, as we see that the item was sold, and he picked up a Circlet of Nobility, so no big surprise there. He still needs those Boots of Speed. Meanwhile, a Grunt now coming in, gonna try and take down this peasant. Yumiko may lose this peasant if he's not careful. One more shot, and there it goes. And Yumiko's still not gonna have an Arcane Vault. Meanwhile, the Blademaster is gonna come over here and try and do a bit of harassment. He is low on mana though, so this is rather dangerous for him. Are we gonna see perhaps a little bit of a creep still here in just a second? No, we are not. Oh, yes, we do, and it does get to level 2, and he will be able to escape. Meanwhile, the Blademaster needs to perhaps try and stop this Arcane Vault from coming up. Too many peasants are now over to repair it, as the Blademaster now chasing down unit after unit. Blademaster could have wind walked in order to take down this footman here. Not quite sure why. Instead, went after the Troll Shadow Priest, a much higher priority target. Nicely done. What I thought was a mistake was actually better decision making by Lin, as Lin takes down that Troll Shadow Priest, a very key unit, and very important unit on a map like Echo Isle. We are now seeing Arcane Sanctums coming in. Only one, though. Not enough trees have been cleared out for a second one. And I am curious as to what this Blade Master is hoping to do. The additional healing salves does give this Blade Master a lot more flexibility in terms of just constantly harass. One thing to note, though, Lin is keeping track of the Altar of Kings, and he notices that there is no Mountain King being trained. So he does gotta believe that, you know what, perhaps my opponent is gonna try and come at me with what I believe to be just a whole bunch of piercing summons, those water elementals and those quill beasts. But the timing on it will be delayed. The Spirit Lodge and the Bestiary is already done, and the window of opportunity for Yumiko to really deal damage has been shut once more. Yumiko is just dominating, Lin is just dominating this time, and it really feels like Lin has just taken the sails out of Yumiko's game. Game 1 and Game 2, a much closer battle by the 6-minute mark. Game 3, it really feels like the Blade Master at 2, the Shadow Hunter at 1, still no second hero yet even being trained, no opportunity for the Spirit Lodge or the Bestiary to get taken down. This is not looking good for Yumiko, as Lin may 3-0 this series rather quickly. Blade Master does have +4 attack. You can see +4 across the board, making him a little bit beefier, a little bit stronger in terms of damage, and also giving him more mana for Windwalk. Coming by over here, why was there a ping? I'm not sure, as the peon now backing away. The 3 grunts were just knocking on that farm and unable to just make its way in. Yumiko realizes that he was supply blocked, quickly building up another farm there, and we are going into a Blood Mage. Alright, the Blood Mage wasn't that successful in the other game. I don't believe it will be that successful in this game either, as the Blade Master now comes in. There was a Hex first coming in from Lin, surprisingly, as the Blade Master now regroups. Level 1 on that Shadow Hunter should get to level 2 here without a problem, and that Spirit Link is the reason why that Shadow Hunter was taking damage. If you guys were wondering, Spirit Link splitting the damage. Whoever receives the damage instead receives 50% of it, while the other 2 receive 25. Alright, let's see what's going to be coming across here. Grunts, Raiders, Spirit Walkers coming around the map. Off to the north, you can see that the Blood Mage is nearby. There is a quick slow that will get taken down, and the Blood Mage now calling over all of the Ogre Warriors and trying to take them out. Meanwhile, Blade Master is trying to slice and dice his way through a farm. Doesn't look like it will work out all too well, but there are going to be the rest of the army now coming in. There are casters in the back. However, the casters cannot repair. The farm only deal a little bit of damage here, as the peasant is now unable to repair. Here we go. There is the ensnare. The guard tower is not yet up. Sorceress now being trained. And yeah, Yumiko just not looking that strong. He feels like he is still trying to respond to what exactly Lin can and could be doing. Another farm gonna get taken down there. The front door is now wide open. Peasants finally being called over as a speed scroll gets everyone away from the fight. Shadow Hunter still sitting at 2. Blade Master getting very close to 3. Blood Mage still at 1. Archmage sitting at 3 with a Pure Up of Vitality, a very good item here, as the Shadow Hunter may call over the creeps and try to deny some creeping. Alright, an army split between the 2 here, as we're going to see Yumiko trying to back away. This is still not looking good for Yumiko. Yumiko sitting at level 3 on the Archmage. Does have a slight advantage there, but the Blade Master did steal the tome, as the Shadow Hunter still able to do a lot of free creeping. Level 2 finally on that Blood Mage. There's a Dust of Appearance, as the Blade Master now tries to get away. A lot of mana will be absorbed since she is slowed, and there is a Banish there. The Blade Master is still slowed, as it is going to get siphoned away once more, down to 92, 93 mana. And this is still not looking good. This Blade Master constantly could be suffering damage there. There is the attacks again. There is the siphon mana once more. And are we going to get more damage dealt? Another banish could be coming in. No more banishes. The Blood Mage still has plenty of mana. Not quite sure why he didn't follow it up once more. And I'm also not sure why the sorceresses didn't attack that Blade Master, especially when it was in ethereal form. Here we go. Lin now backing away here. We can see an expansion attempt already coming in from Lin. Meanwhile, Yumiko trying to be aggressive, perhaps militia creeping or a militia and towering Lin. Lin is not going to see, may not see this expansion come up, as we could see some guard towers here in just a moment, forcing the fight at the natural expansion. And what will be happening next? Lin now trying to fight back. He has 3 circlets of nobility, plus 6 to every stat. That is very, very deceptive, as that level 2 Blade Master has the stats of, I believe, a level 4, maybe even level 5 Blade Master. Coming in, let's see what this engagement will look like. There's the Blade Master now looking to engage. It is going to take down one of the footmen very easily. Blizzard now coming in from Yumiko, and Blizzard not balancing things here in this fight, however, as the Blood Mage is able to banish away that Blade Master. Things are not looking good. Yumiko trying to fight this back here. You can see more siphon mana away from that Spirit Walker. We'll be giving it to that Archmage in just a second, as we're still seeing more banishing on that Blade Master. Blade Master only out of the fight for a very, very short time, as the sorceresses could be dealing a lot of damage to this. Peons now joining in on the fight, but the Peons do not have Spirit Links, so they can pretty much go ignored, as the Blade or the Blood Mage getting taken down by the Blade Master. Alright, there's the Scroll of Town portal, but things are just starting to tip even more heavily in favor of Lin. We may see a lopsided fight in the next battle, as Lin does have an expansion up, and as soon as he transfers some peons down over here, he will have a much stronger economy. Supply 46 over 54 compared to 62 over 70, and still we see Lin with a much larger bank of gold. Coming across over here, the Blade Master sitting at level 3, going to finish off the Nightcrawlers, pick up a Tome of Agility. Meanwhile, the Shadow Hunter also at level 3 as well. Archmage hoping that getting to level 4 and getting Brilliance or a level 2 will be helpful enough. That Blizzard didn't really do much of anything, and Lin now knows that he doesn't need to force an engagement. He has this expansion down here. He can get up to 80 supply before he chooses to get into that next fight, and by that time he knows that he'll either have a much larger army than his opponent or a much stronger economic advantage. Right now his economic advantage is only at, what, 14 to 10. If his opponent Yumiko gets into low upkeep, it will be 14 to 7, doubling, assuming that this expansion does not go down. Alright, double guard towers now in play. Almost all of the creep camps have been creeped out. Only the orange ones tucked away on the bottom right and left are still available. Blade Master doing a bit of scouting out here with relatively low mana. The Blade Master does move around and attack very quickly, and we are going to be seeing that as he is going after all of these peasants. 1 peasant down, 2 peasants down, and there is the banish, unable to get off another fight there. The sorceress does or could have been attacking, not quite sure why it didn't, as there is another siphon mana there, and there is the potion of invulnerability. Meanwhile, the Blade Master taking down unit after unit. Banish onto the peasant in order to save it. Brilliantly done, as we now see an engagement of raiders. The raiders now looking to push in. Do we have no, we do not have pillage on these raiders, so you cannot do a straight up base trade here. But Lin, with so many raiders in this engagement, can take down all of these buildings in a matter of seconds. Warsong battle drums as well, +2 attack, and this is looking oh so strong. Yumiko still sitting at level 1, or no upkeep right now, but he doesn't have the army to deal with what we see from Lin. Lin now going to be getting into 78 over 80 supply. Perhaps he hired some mercenaries. Yes, he did hire up a Forest Troll Berserker. He's going to be coming in here for what may be the final fight in just a moment. Almost doubling his opponent's supply or his food. Doubling the army supply at the very least, as we now see the engagement go down. Raiders pushing in. Raiders going to be able to easily take down all of those casters. The fact that they're unarmored means that they take more damage. Things are going from bad to worse for Yumiko, as he looks like he'll be taken out in a straight 3-0 set in a best of 5. Even great players fall sometimes, as Lin going to show a wide array of skills in this best of 5 series. 3 games, 3 victories, different heroes, different strategies in each one. Well, the first and the third, I gotta admit, are relatively the same. But the fact that he did it with a Farseer Tauren Chieftain in a game really has me tip my hat off to them, as he played that game nearly perfectly. I do believe the GG will be coming in here in just a moment. Lin just winning out on this fight oh so well. The Shadow Hunter at level 4, the Blade Master now coming in. Are we going to see another banish on that Blade Master? If we do, all we're going to see is another healing wave come in to heal him some more, as the Archmage now dodges a bit of damage. Here we go, Blade Master still looking to come in. There's the invisibility, and this fight lasting much longer than I thought. Lin trying to finish off all the casters, and I gotta believe that once the Archmage goes down, it will pretty much be over. There is one grunt in the back there. Archmage gets taken down, and nope, still no GG. For some reason, Yumiko wants to stay in this fight, even though he is getting brutally slaughtered. His expansion will get destroyed here. You can see that the Blood Mage and the casters are having a little bit of a powwow, a little bit of a we did all right pep talk. There's the GG, and Yumiko loses to Lin in 3 straight games. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this best of 5 series. Lin taking out Yumiko in a 3-game sweep, hat trick, whatever you want to call it.